All right, we are live. What's up, everybody? If
I
you
feel
can't
like we need a
tell,
theme song.
I know we seriously do need. Walter,
I've
we need a
had,
theme song.
this is going to sound so cheesy, but I can't, yeah, it's in my head. I can't get it out. I've had Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It in my head for like 4 days straight.
This is how we do it.
Right? We could even tweak the verbiage ever so slightly to say R&R does it like nobody does. And we could just jam for the first like 1 minute of the intro. Just rock it out to get the meeting going.
Catherine, you missed out. Walter discussing a theme song for
Oh,
the last.
fantastic.
Montel Williams, This Is How We Do It.
I'm kind of on the Wolf of Wall Street side of things, you know.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That
the
is-
creeper status.
Yeah. So we could either just a cappella it, or we could round robin through, and every once a week someone takes a turn just dropping the lyrics.
That's hilarious.
Chris, every morning, he just looks in the mirror and he's like,
I just- Now I get pumped up.
He looks at his transactions and he slaps himself. You got to bump up those numbers.
Those
are working numbers. Have you not?
What's your theme song, Kat? We all gotta
My
have one
theme
now.
song? Oh,
We
good
gotta have
Lord.
one.
Especially since you sing, Kat, so you're gonna have to sing it.
Oh gosh, it's too early to think on that one. I think it depends on what's going on in my week. This week is like Welcome to the Jungle because I don't know what's
Yes,
the heck is
nice.
happening. So
I see that. I see that. I'm loving this. This is a great start, guys.
We might have, so super change to this whole plan. Like just throw everything I said before out the window. Revolving theme song picked by one individual person the week prior, and the intro song is theirs, and they sing they just sing 30 seconds of the lyrics as we kick off the meeting.
Okay, that's hilarious.
That makes more sense.
Garrett gave us a thumbs up.
Nice.
I'm thinking he's in on this whole revolving theme song. Garrett's man, he's a solid performer.
As the stream grows a little bit and there's more audience and there's more comments, we could even throw in some audience requests and see if any of those songs are something someone could sing the next week.
This
We
is
can totally
fun.
jam.
I like this. Maybe people will want to tune in more, huh? Catherine says she's having technical issues, by the way.
Yeah, no worries. I think she's got
All
some
right, it's
sound in the
7:01.
background.
I'm already late. Look at that. Good morning, everybody tuning in. Super happy to have you all here. Let's see. Hold on. I was supposed to pull something up. And
Try this again.
wait, where did it go? Hold on. I just had it up. I honestly thought I pulled up the document already, but yeah, I didn't. There we go. Sweet. Well, good morning. We're going to cover some kind of fun stuff. We had, I would argue to say, the best meeting of our organization on Wednesday. How? What did we do? What was different? Pumped to share that. Let's talk about revolving theme songs. I legit kind of want to talk about that, guys, because I think that should be pretty cool. And then what do you guys think about having the audience also do like a GIF of the week, like what we're talking about? Like, I think that'd be pretty fun. People submit their GIFs and we feature them in the stream. I just got a like right when I said the word GIF, so I'm thinking we're on the right track here. Oh wait, it was my wife, so I don't know if it was just a pity like or. Love you, dear.
Take it where you can get it, man. Don't sweat it. Like's a like.
All right, guys, let's get into this. For everybody tuning in, we are R&R home team, and we're doing the Mega Team Challenge. And what that means is that we're insane. And in 1 year, we've decided to try and build a Mega Team. The average Mega Team takes 5 to 10 years. No big deal, right? Like, whatever. And so what a Mega Team means for us is 10 capped agents so that we can't cheat and just have 2 agents do it all. In fact, I think Chris and I combined are like half of our goal. So we're changing that. 10 capped agents, volume of 40 million and 175 clients served. because the goal is to help as many agents, help as many people. Leadership real quick. Obviously myself, I'm the co-team leader on our home team, and I'm the guy who helps everyone with everything. Chris Rains, co-team leader, director of production. Catherine Polsinelli, director of operations, and always saving our butt and helping us troubleshoot really tedious stuff, like issues with forums. Fun. Walter, director of Hawaiian Shirts and the director of coaching and time management. Carly Lane, director of outreach. Woo woo. And Christian Santiago is not on this call right now because his wife just had a baby. And so this is literally, he stays up all night with the baby so she can get some sleep. So now it's his turn to go sleep. So I tell him, dude, go sleep. Take it. He'll be back with us kind of as that shifts a little bit. So, yeah, the point of this stream is that every Monday and Friday at 7 a.m. Central, we go live and we're raw, transparent, and real about what it takes to build a team, the good, the bad, the ugly. And let me tell you, there's a lot. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's not really talked about. We just see a lot of the glamour of, oh, I'm a team leader and I'm mega and I'm huge and I make lots of money and we're super successful. But it's like, how do we get there? If someone's watching right now, how do we get there? Well, let's show you the real raw truth of building a team. And we really don't hold back, guys. We really don't. So with that being said, everybody, let's do our gratitude. For those who are there at the Wednesday meeting for the organization, we're switching up a little bit how we do gratitude. So what I'd love for everybody to do is post in the chat one thing that anyone here in the leadership has done for you to support you this week. Anything that, but here in the leadership where we're honestly just taking a moment to appreciate each other because, and I'll start. I feel like I need to do one for all of you though, so don't be mad. But like Catherine, oh my gosh, the fact that I keep telling you to rest, which I'm gonna call Chris. And I'm gonna call your husband.
He ain't in charge.
But I'm gonna pretend with Chris that he's in charge and that and that you need to rest. But seriously, the fact that you are unbelievably committed and you show up even when I try to talk you out of not showing up, that's amazing. And I just respect you and appreciate that so much. Carly, oh my gosh, I have given you so much extra work to do and you just smile and take it on and you're like, no problem, I got you. What the heck? You're awesome. Thank you. Like, you inspire me. Chris, dude, we just keep facing thing after thing together and running in teams hard. A lot of people honestly said don't have a co-team leader. And I would say a lot of times I'd agree, but you're unique, man. And I'm thankful for all the things that we get to face together. Walter, dude, just the fact that you're constantly going in and contributing to the individuals, whether we ask you to or not, you're just there. You're in it. You're part of this. And that's just, dude, that's just so cool to have. And then Christian, if you watch this, bro, the fact that you've got 100 kids, not literally, I think he has like 5 or 6, but basically once you hit like 5 or 6, you basically have 100. You have 100 kids, and yet you keep a good attitude. You pour into people, you support them, and then you're still prioritizing your wife. And it's just like, wow, what an amazing guy. So now let's get into the top ones from the leadership team right here. Kat says, having technical issues. No, I'm just kidding. No. Walter says, I've ran every day this week, finally getting back at it. All right, Walter, I think you missed the class assignment. It was how did someone, unless you're praising yourself because you're a part of the leadership team.
Sorry, I totally missed that. You said grateful, and I'm like, I'm really grateful that my legs are starting to work and I can get out there and run again.
We'll take that. So we'll circle back to you. How did someone in the leadership team here support you this week?
Gotcha.
Yeah. We'll let you. You can type that.
I'll resubmit to your assignment.
He supported himself to run.
Chris says, Catherine on it with all things I'm not, dude. Right? That's why we said she saves our butts because man, she steps in, she swings, and she hits home runs. Like, heck yeah. I'm over there just like wheezing as I'm trying to run to first base. Catherine's over there like dying, and she's like, I've hit like 3 home runs. What's the problem?
I'm absolutely not running.
Yeah,
I refuse.
You're like, ballet. Catherine says, Robert jumped in to help with a video I needed that I couldn't find. Super helpful and saved me some time. Heck yeah. Yeah, honestly, what is it like where you have too much content? And so it's like sometimes it's staring right in front of you, but there's so much there that you're like, oh my gosh, your brain's like, what am I even looking at? And I actually struggle with that all the time. I'm like, wait, don't I have a link? Oh, that link's right in front of me. But so always happy to jump in and help. So let's see. We're still missing one from, there's Walter. Carly, don't forget, one way someone in the leadership team jumped in and helped you this week. Walter, thank you for your resubmission. He said, for Chris, reminding me to share some inspirational content this week. Oh, and Catherine and Carly for being rock stars with all they're doing. All right, Walter snuck in a couple extra ones there. This dude, he's just like, I'm either not going to do the assignment or I'm just going to overkill it.
I had to make up for the failing grade by having some extra credit, right? Like, that's how this works.
All right, bro. We moved you up from an F to a B.
Listen, man, I graduated with a 4.0. I can't ding my grade now.
All right. For the sake of that, A+.
Are we still talking about preschool graduation?
Yeah.
I mean, K through 5.
Okay.
Oh man,
that's a funny story for later. It's probably not something we need to dive into on the live stream. But I actually did get my bachelor's with a 4.0. And the only reason I chugged so hard to make sure I had a 4.0 is because I got 2 teenagers that are heading to college soon. And I literally wanted to be able to tell my kids, I'm active duty Navy and a full-time realtor, and I still got a 4.0. You have zero excuse. Go out there and crush it. That was the only reason. Otherwise, I'd been like, C is good for me.
Yeah.
Just trying to set the right example.
Yeah. Carly says, Christian, Robert, and Asher. Asher's our behind-the-scenes video editor. They have been super great to collaborate and work with this week. I'm excited to see everything we're working on come to life. Yeah, guys. So I'll just tell you real quick, something we're working on now that we're starting to change the structure of some of the meetings that we're doing. It's putting it to where we're going to be able to repurpose this content into smaller bite-sized pieces. So we're really excited. It's a learning process. It's new for a lot of us, but we're really excited in the direction we're moving. So awesome. Love all the gratitude, guys. Feels good. We had a lot of laughs and gratitude and even some singing. That's a good morning. All right. So the next thing I want to do is I don't have anything to show you guys because to be honest, it was there was a busy week, and I tested out the new structure on Wednesday and it went really well. So I'm basically going to follow that structure, but it's Wednesday structure. So I'm basically just going to walk us down. Sorry if that didn't make sense. So cool. So one, I think we recently, for those who weren't there on the meeting on Wednesday, you guys know that a lot of the team comes to those meetings too. And it was really cool because they were sharing and contributing with one another and sharing their success and stories. And people were asking questions, taking notes, and growing and collaborate together. So we got some good feedback at the success of that meeting. We also got some good feedback about Slack. The team so far has really liked Slack. And it literally pretty much everybody was like, I didn't think I'd like it. And then they're like, actually, I kind of like it. It's been easier to organize. So just feedback for you all. It seems like Slack's still a good pathway for us, and we're moving in the right direction with that. I was thinking to make things a little more fun. What do you guys think about? We kind of started covering this earlier, a GIF of the week. And again, we have to figure out how to implement, but whatever, since when do we not fail forward? A GIF of the week for our audience, anybody tuning in, and we feature it at end of the week. yeah, I don't even know how they would do it, to be honest. But I think it'd be fun just to have something really fun and cheesy. Maybe they just send a message. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But I'm trying to think of kind of fun things to do to engage with people, because this is early in the morning. We need some smiles and some laughs and some things like that. What do you guys think about that? You think that thumbs up, thumbs down? Sounds kind of fun.
I think it could be fun, but you'll have to figure out how we get the gifts submitted throughout the week so we could feature the best one at the end of the week.
I
Yeah.
know. What I'm thinking of is that we do a post on Mondays after our meeting when we talk about it, and then we just say, drop your GIF in this post, and then we're going to review it at the end of the week, pull it up literally live in real time, and like the one that has the most likes.
That could work, yeah.
And we don't have a big audience, so guys, it might just be us, but whatever. Like, I still like GIFs, whether it's ours or other people's. All right, so the way I'm going to try and do it this way with everybody is we're going to highlight some ways that we all succeeded at something and to share with each other so that we might learn from each other. I'm going to work on this from the leadership side. It is different when it's the leadership versus like the organizational and the team meetings. So bear with me if this seems awkward. Welcome to what we do. So with that being said, would anyone have anything in particular that normally I would have done this ahead of time and asked you guys, but anything in particular that you learned this week that helped you accomplish any of your goals or made your work a little bit smoother, or something that you would like to share with the audience and with the leadership team right here? Anybody got anything?
I got one.
All
so
right,
for anyone that, and this is kind of as a whole for anyone that's, in real estate or anything in general, right? Because, I run my own business. So I work with you guys and I work with other clients as well. I had food poisoning last week. So that's why Robert keeps getting on to me for not resting. But I have to say a good takeaway and a reminder, because a lot of people fail to remember this, is it's okay to rest and kind of work in between. So every now and then it was, nap time for 30 minutes, right? Get up, do some work. If I don't feel like it, take a little bit of a break and let everybody know what's going on so that people understand why I may be delayed, instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, I still have to get this done. Oh, nobody has to know. I have to feel like, the superhero and it's getting done right this second, right? It's to me, it makes more sense to be real and let people know what's going on. Because most people are like, oh my gosh, well, let me help you, right? Or get back to me later, then it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. So taking the pressure off of yourself and realizing that it's okay to self-care and still be able to get things done. So while I didn't get everything accomplished this week, I actually am pretty proud of most of the stuff that I got done. So
Heck yeah, you are. That's awesome. And honestly, I so agree. And I think it's important to add to what you said, that you're around people who care about your health. I've been in environments, I think we've probably all, because welcome to life, we've been in environments where our health and our well-being was never a priority to some of the people around us, bosses, coworkers, colleagues, partners, whatever. And so I think it's, really important, anybody watching, to think about the culture that you want in your team, right? Because that's what this is about, building a team. I want it to where Catherine knows that if she's sick, all she needs to do is just let us know, tell us what she needs help with or how we can support her, but we're going to advocate for her well-being. And I know she would do the exact same for us. And that, to me, is a huge deal. And I think anybody watching, when you're building your team, definitely think about those core principles. You can talk about transactions all day long. Anybody in real estate, especially if you're a top producer, they'll be happy to talk about transactions. But if they're your partner, because everybody on your team is your partner, even if they're under you and you're the team leader, they're still your partner. They agreed to partner with you on your vision for the team, in synonymous with their vision to work to a common goal. Well, who do you want to be stuck on an island with? Who do you want to turn around and be stuck in a room with, right? Let it be someone that wants the best for you and you want the best for them. Let's see. Chris, you got anything to share about I mean, dude, you had a busy week. You've done some cool things.
Oh man.
How about you share a little bit about it may sound silly, but I think this is really cool. How you've been incorporating your wife into feedback and leveraging her wisdom when we're talking about we're talking about social media stuff and things like that. I think that's a really cool thing to talk about.
So yeah, when it comes to social media, my wife is significantly smarter than me, which is not hard, but she's like 10 times that. So when I say significantly, quite a bit. She's got a good following, a good presence, a good understanding of it. So I had her read through our team agreement, and she was kind of going through it. You know, she highlighted something that was important, but slightly overlooked a little bit by Robert and myself on that.
Yeah.
And that was image, right? So conduct, like finding those values in what you're putting out on social media and making sure that that even aligns with the people that we choose to be on our team. So, you know, Robert and I were able to discuss that and really find like what is important, you know? Is it somebody, you know, going out and partying and then immediately having one of our posts right after with our logo and you know, branding ourselves while they're out getting smashed on the beach? And you know, she's like, it could happen. I'm like, for the most part, for the people that we're attracting, I don't think it's going to. I think most of the people tend to resonate with kind of our core values as people, not just agents. But you know, there is that off chance where that discussion could come up, especially as we grow and scale and bring on more team members. Sometimes not always knowing exactly what they're like outside of the working world, but always having that image of being the person that they need to be, because a lot of people don't realize, but once you get your real estate license, you're a bit of a celebrity to an extent. You have to create
Your billboard,
a
man.
brand image billboard. Your social media is who you are as a person, and that's your billboard of the world. So, you know,
Chris,
it was pretty sweet.
shout out to your wonderful wife, because you know, guys, this is great. This is a great little golden nugget right here, because I've built several teams. I've worked with or helped build many other teams, and not a single one of them ever, and myself included, ever talked about social media. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because nobody taught us as leaders in real estate. We just talk about compliance. Everything has to be one click away. That's pretty much the rule of thumb. At least in Tennessee. I'm not advising anybody outside of Tennessee. In Tennessee, the brokerage details have to be one click away. Someone needs to be able to click on your profile, and after they do that one click, see that. So we're just talking about compliance. But what about when you're running a team, you're running a business, you're building a team? Well, every single one of those agents on your team has a giant billboard called Facebook or Instagram. It's a giant billboard. Most of them have hundreds, if not thousands, of friends or followers on them. Even the ones who aren't social media gurus, right? They still probably have a few hundred people that they're displaying themselves to. Well, shoot. So because Chris's amazing wife, who really, you guys check out her stuff, she's got it down, brought up that Chris and I had an opportunity to learn from someone who isn't even in real estate. And so I feel like anybody listening, if you can't tell, what I'm trying to do is take these stories and help them be practical learning points in real estate, which is you can listen to the advice of experts even if they're not in real estate, because social media is not real estate specific, and the core principles of what she was bringing to the table truly was a huge benefit. And then the second thing is, listen, if you're a team leader, you need to work out through yourselves and your leadership what your relationship and expectations are for agents in their social media. Yes, they're on your team, but they're also not your employees. Okay. And even if they were your employees, when they clock out, man, it's a really fine line. You need to establish that. If you haven't already, establish that now. And if you're building a team, establish that as part of the foundation so that expectations are set. Nobody, because it's a lot harder to turn around and said, you shouldn't have done that. And they go, when did you tell me I couldn't do that? When did you tell me? And so we have to be honest and transparent and upfront as team leaders. So I'm actually really excited to kind of cross that bridge with Chris and the rest of the leadership team, kind of figuring out how do we respectfully say, don't make a fool of yourself. Don't be unprofessional. We're pretty good when it comes to attire. We all agree. Dress appropriate to the situation. Social media is way different. Social media is way different than that. So anybody watching, if you have been through this, please leave in the comments. All right, I'm going to share a learning point for myself. While I do that, leadership team, now it's time for self-appreciation. Type in the chat the thing that you are most proud of yourself for this week for accomplishing. Type that in the chat, and then I'm going to share my my learning point this week, or one of my learning points this week. One of my learning points this week, actually, I got two. I got two quick ones I'll share. One is leverage the experience and the success of others. Whether they're a new agent, but they had a breakthrough, okay, leverage that. I don't have to, Chris doesn't have to do it all by ourselves and be perfect at everything and know everything. There are great things happening directly with the agents on our team, and we should be leveraging their amazing accomplishments as a way to share and grow with others. And Garrett says we know Walter is running, which means, Walter, you can't use running. You already said it.
Of course.
Okay.
I submitted that assignment early.
Okay.
I should get extra credit for that too.
No, I said you can't use that again.
I've already used it. Oh.
I used to run in high school. Does that still count?
No. No. So anyway, that's a big learning point. To be honest, I've run a few teams before, and I always felt that I had to do it all, teach it all, know it all. And every now and then I would try to bring on a guest speaker. But let's be honest. We all know, just like if you go talk to a stranger on the street and you say, hey, trust me, I'm going to tell you what to do with your life from here on out. They're going to be like, who the hell are you? Like, I don't even know you. Why would I listen to you? Well, what I found is that when you bring in a guest speaker on your team that nobody on the team knows, they sit there out of respect, but they're not really taking it in because they have no idea who this person is. They don't know why they should trust them. They haven't built rapport with them. But when you turn around and you highlight Walter, who comes in, you highlight Sam, who was willing to come in and teach, and others, they let me share this. Sonny came in and taught, and Keith. All of a sudden, they're like, oh my gosh, these are my colleagues. These are my people who are here with me in the daily. I know these people. Wow, the learning process. So that was a huge one. And the second one is one thing that I've always struggled with is when I faced issues, I like to deal with them immediately. Sometimes you have to let it breathe. You have to take a deep breath. You have to take a step back and just let it breathe. And for me, it's praying, seeking wisdom, and people who are wiser than me and also maybe a bit more calm than me. And that's a really important reminder. As a team leader, anybody, again, it's directed at teams and team leaders, team members and team leaders. There we go. You're going to have friction. No matter how much you love your team leader or your team leader, you love them. No matter what, their friction is going to happen. And sometimes the best thing everybody can do is just take a deep breath and say, you know what? What's your schedule like tomorrow? What's your schedule like the day after? Let's put something on the calendar and let's come back to this and work on it together. I am not that guy, by the way. I struggle with that. Just ask my wife, okay? I'm like a bulldozer. I'm like, no, we're dealing with this now, okay? And guys, let me tell you, it doesn't go well when I try to force resolution when someone's not ready for it. So again, that's my takeaway for anybody listening, teammates and team leaders, is sometimes you gotta let it breathe and circle back. Maybe even have a fresh pair of eyes come and look at the situation who is relatively unbiased. I think that's what's cool about our unique setup, is that each of us have a different opinion and a different stake in the success of the team. Walter's is different from Chris. Chris's is different from Catherine. Carly's is different. And so we have
I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and you're talking about steak.
Oh, right. We're in the South.
Yeah.
So people eat steak for breakfast here. All right. So now let's talk about people being proud of themselves, because you guys should be. Chris says 8 deals pending for 2022. I mean, we talked about it, Chris. You're slacking a little bit because we're 14 days in.
There's 14. We're 14 days in. I'm 6 deals off.
Yeah, bro. But you know what? We'll forgive you. We'll still pity clap. No, I'm just kidding. Chris, you're crushing it, dude. What an inspiration. And the thing is like, dude, you're still doing all of the things that you're doing as a team leader. So, dude, just props to you. That's amazing.
80-hour work weeks.
Catherine says, giving myself grace when needed and being okay with that grace and rest without making myself feel bad for not going 24/7. Catherine, that is like a monstrous thing to tackle. I know you. I know we share that in common. It's just like work. Get it done. No excuses. We also don't want to let people down. We don't want to let ourselves down. And we just have these ridiculous expectations of ourselves sometime that our needs are always secondary to everything. So good job on you for crushing it. Like, you should be proud of yourself, because I know that's a tough thing to do.
It's been a long work in progress.
Yeah, welcome to life. Walter says, I've been able to add some great value to other agents this week. That was very well received and appreciated by them. That's what gets me out of bed in the mornings. Walter, dude, you're one of the most value-driven people I know. There are times where you're pouring into people, and I'm like, holy crap, how does he even do this? Like, you're at that time management and that heart for giving value, bro. Like, you combining those together, it is amazing. You absolutely should be proud, because you're probably one of the most influential and inspirational people in this field, and I'm grateful that we're partners. And he said, and running, but that has no points or value, because you already got credit for that. Carly, how about you? Something you're proud of yourself for this week? And I guess going hand in hand with my last point that I made, I'm proud of myself for, situations come up during the week, and I'm learning to take a breath. That's really hard for me. I really can't tell you guys. That's really hard for me, and I'm learning to take a breath and let them be. And so I'm honestly proud of myself for doing that, because that's really hard for me. Carly, I know you're typing yours, so I bet you got a lot to be proud of, because you are crushing it. With that being said, you guys got any feedback as far as, how we're trying to kind of break down these segments, where basically the structure that I'm thinking for these live team leadership chats, and anybody watching, please feel free to give comments and your thoughts. We're directing this at team leaders and team members. So my thoughts are, we're sharing what we're learning during the week as our individual roles and team leaders, team coaches, team operations. We're putting them into these bite-sized pieces and say, hey guys, here's what we learned this week that's relevant to team members, team builders, team leaders, all of that. And here's why it's important. So that's kind of my thought. Today was a little haphazard. We'll get a little bit more structured, but honestly, leadership team, what did you guys think about kind of approaching it from that perspective? Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing that was pretty good. I mean, those are little nods, but they're like, you guys are like, do we use the mic, or does he just want a thumbs up? Right. Carly just said she is proud of herself for relearning some things regarding content generation that I thought I had already knew. That is the truth, man. There's so much I feel like, shouldn't I know this already? And she said, Christian has some great courses that have allowed me to rethink the process of everything that goes into marketing, particularly social media. It's been super helpful. Yeah, guys. And anybody watching, Christian Santiago is a huge resource. He's an open book, great guy. Definitely connect with him. Carly, I am proud of you. Carly said, I thought about going for a run, but changed my mind. Proud for giving it some thought. That is a highlight right there, Carly. Thank you. That is the win of the day. Goodbye, everybody.
That's our meme of the week right there. Just put her picture on it with that bubble, and then that statement. We're done.
Garrett says, I'm happy to be joining this team. So happy to be here. That's my highlight for this week. Garrett, man, we are so excited, dude, to have you. We're so stoked. Thank you for being willing to fail forward with us. And believe me, there's going to be a lot more of that coming your way.
I've got like 3,000 people for you to talk to, Garrett. So get ready.
That's it. Only like 3,000. That's what, an hour or two of work. Cool. Let's see. Does anybody need anything? Again, I'm trying to figure out, so please bear with me. I'm trying to figure out. I've got basically, do you guys need help with prepping for kind of going into Monday? What do you guys need from the team, from leadership, anything like that? Feel free to type so we have the log, but then you can also chat at the same time too. I just don't want to forget if there's anything you guys need. I know we talk every day. Should we phrase this question better? Do you think there are areas we can improve on as a team to strengthen next week better? Is that better? What do you guys think? Like, help me out here. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to make this like really easy for people watching to kind of like have takeaways. So is that making sense? Anybody got anything for me?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I just think we're still in the beginning of the stages too. So as we're still kind of working through things, it's as we get further into it in the next few months, I think that's when we'll really start having things of what can we improve, right? Because then we've already built our systems, we've already put things in order, we've already started our habits, and now we're just building upon those or correcting those as we go through it. We're still building out so much. I feel like we're kind of scattered at the moment. That's just my opinion.
Ain't that the truth? I am. No, we all agree, I'm assuming. And so I'm really excited for the reports and the trackers. So guys, I don't remember if we told you this or not. What we're doing is instead of having a spreadsheet that each one of us needs to fill out, we're going to have, like what we do with the team, we're going to have one that's just questions that you'll answer in a form, and then that form will get sent to a folder and create a file. So it'll be a really cool thing. It should be much more efficient for us to fill out. We're almost done. Well, I don't know if we're almost done with the reports. I haven't reviewed those, but we're making some slight tweaks based off of some great feedback that I got for the success tracker daily and weekly. So I feel confident that we'll be able to launch that with the team on Monday. Quick updates in that regard. We're finally figured out, thanks to the amazing help of Jacqueline and Jennifer over at EXP. Thank you so much for taking the time to do workarounds. We actually have a way, guys, now to be co-team leaders for Chris and I on paper through the processing of commissions and stuff, which that is actually really cool. It's really cool. So we have a way to work around it. There might be some hiccups and bumps as we're figuring it out, but they actually did that for us.
We're paving the way.
Yep, which means now we can actually finalize the draft for the contract, the team agreement, and get some additional agreements out there. So guys, we're actually getting there. We're actually getting some things set and moving forward. So whoop, whoop. All right. Well, then I say we kind of just start to wrap it up right now. I've got a motivational quote for you. It is the rehash of Wednesday's quote. So you're going to pretend right now, 3, 2, 1, that it's a new quote that you never heard, and it inspires you, and you're about to have the best day ever. That quote is, opportunities don't happen, you create them. And I don't know who Chris Grosser is. Thank you, Walter. Thank you.
Mind blown. I've never heard it put quite like that. Except for Wednesday.
Shh, Walter, don't tell them. So guys, I agree with that. And so I think you all are opportunity makers, and I think you're opportunity providers for others. So let's go create some more. Let's anybody tuning in, if you've got questions, we would love to answer them, or try to answer them if there's something we just haven't experienced yet. So please feel free to follow myself, Chris, Walter. Don't bother Catherine or Carly on social media and ask us some questions. Maybe you're thinking about joining a team. Maybe you're thinking about building a team. If you're in Middle Tennessee, or actually really all of Tennessee, we're looking for great people to connect with to grow, because we're growing and we have way too many leads. So we'd love to connect with you. We'd love your feedback every Monday and Friday, 7 a.m. Central, live, raw, real. Thanks for being here, guys. Let's just have an amazing weekend, and I can't wait to see you all again on Monday. Peace out.